I'm so excited to be back on YouTube. I feel like it's kind of been a minute. A lot has been going on, so I figured I would do like a little bit of like a life update. It's been a lot, not even kind of, it has been a lot. I don't know why, but my collars are like always flipped up and it's so annoying. My husband always fixes it, but I just really don't care. So let's talk about what has been going on lately. Like honestly, I just felt weird posting another YouTube video without kind of like talking about just what's been happening, because it's just been crazy. And I know online, like social media is just like a highlight reel, and typically I only show the good things, but it's been a lot. This isn't to complain because I don't like to get on here and be negative, but I'm just gonna tell you guys what has been happening. You can decide what you want to do with that information. Let's just talk about what's been going on. This is definitely my new favorite straw. I mean cup. Actually, no, a cup and a straw. This is my new favorite cup straw. Yeah, I'm excited. Honestly, I'm like kind of annoyed because I just have this light that works really well and I have no clue where I set it down, so I feel like the lighting could for sure be better, but at this point I feel like so many different things when I try to make YouTube videos don't go right. Like I couldn't find my camera today, and then I couldn't find my other camera, then I couldn't find the SD card, then now I can't find the light. I don't care, we're just gonna make the video. So let's get into it. I literally always use this on my lips. It's the Aquaphor stick. Shaky shaky, my hands always shake. Okay, let's talk about what you guys want to hear. Is this autofocus or no? I'm also using a camera that I don't typically use, so I'm nervous to edit this. This is like my picture camera, but we're gonna use it for this video because I can't find my like charger pack thing for my actual video camera. Not that you guys cared or asked. So first of all, we went on a cruise with Carnival. It was so much fun. I loved working with them. Carnival was the first cruise I ever went on when I was in high school, so it was super cool being able to go with them. It was a 7-day cruise, and that was my first time going on a 7-day cruise. It literally flew by because we went to 3 different stops, so it was a lot of fun. So it was super exciting to partner with them. Love Carnival cruises. But right when we got back was when the chaos like really started to kind of unfold a little bit. I'm going to be using this face moisturizer. Typically I use, literally just had it. Like I feel like I lose everything now. Typically I use this one, but since it's summertime, I'm using the one that has sunscreen. I used to never care about sunscreen. That sounds terrible. So we get back from the cruise. The day after we get back from the cruise, okay, first of all, getting off the cruise was crazy. My mom came with us on the cruise because I love to have her come on trips with us. She's always had such a passion for travel, and she always made vacations work for us when I was younger. So it's just so much fun to be able to go with her, and she's so thankful for like anywhere that we go. And then obviously she helps a ton with the kids. She went with us on the cruise. After we got off the cruise, it was kind of crazy because we lost something very important to get off the cruise with. So it was kind of like a whole process getting off. And then we had to take my mom to the airport, but we drove to Galveston, so that's like 5 hours from our house. My husband had to go pick up the rental car. So my mom and I were in the airport, like just like where baggage claim is. And the kids were being kind of crazy. Of course, they're toddlers. So we're like keeping them entertained. After like 20 minutes of being there and like, you know, just being so busy with the kids and keeping them entertained, she looks over and she's like, where is my suitcase? And I'm like, beats me, like I don't know. And then I'm going to be using this like foam primer. Hopefully this works well with the sunscreen. She couldn't find her bag, so we were like, okay, chalk it. We'll have to figure out the bag. We start calling people, trying to figure out like where it could possibly be. Also on the cruise, I got super tan, which I love because I get so light in the winter. So I'm going to be using this Makeup by Mario. I feel like this is more my shade. After getting back from the cruise, it's more like my summer shade. Usually I don't do foundation every day, but today I am. I don't know how this pump broke. I think it broke on a plane. So she lost her bag, but they ended up finding it, so that's fine. But it was just like a whole, like we were trying to figure it out while we were at the airport. They ended up having to like ship it back to her. It's fine. We have the bag. It's okay. My husband calls this my dish brush. So then we get back home, and the next day is Mother's Day. I had a great Mother's Day. Got to relax in the room a lot. I got to sleep a lot, but I felt bad because I'm like, we just had like the craziest trip, and now we're coming back and jumping straight to Mother's Day, and we're like still trying to recoup and get like the house together and do laundry and stuff like that. So we both tried to do as much as we could on Saturday, so that Sunday, you know, was not super overwhelming while I was locked away in the room away from the kids. So we did a pretty good job of that. So Sunday was like a really relaxing day for me. It was great. Okay, so that's Mother's Day, and I know this kind of sounds like a little while back, but time's just been flying. Like time is insane. So this is where it starts getting a little bit more. I literally had to put notes on my phone about this life update because so much has been happening. I'm like, I will forget stuff because it was just like a joke. The next day, I think this is the day after Mother's Day, so Monday, I am going to get coffee, the usual. This is a tinted brow glue. I was going to get coffee like I typically do, and I see a car accident, which, you know, not super uncommon to see a car accident. And then I pull up and I see like these two girls that are like covering their mouth, like they were surprised, like, and I'm like, of course, like, you know, it's a car accident, typical reaction, like everyone seemed okay. So when I'm pulling up and I get closer, I realize the car accident is between, I don't know if it was the two girls or the girls and their dad, and a police car. They smashed the police car. Everyone was okay, but yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I would be so stressed. Let me say this, I have never been pulled over. I've never had a ticket. I've never been in a car accident. God, please. I mean, that stays like that. So, well, let's just continue. So, go to get my coffee. It's right down the street, and first of all, the coffee was not good. Why is that relevant? I just feel like it's very relevant because all of this for a coffee that wasn't even good. Usually I don't like to say anything and be picky when I go places, so I was like, whatever, just take your coffee that's not the best and just go about your day and be quiet. Then I'm driving back, la-di-da, and my car has like an auto lock feature. I have the Hyundai Palisade. It jerks hard. If you get close to something, your car is going to jerk. Like, I'm not like a little, no, your car will lock, the brakes will lock and you'll be jerked. Because I've like not even gotten that close to somebody and my car stops me in my tracks. You know, if someone like turns right and they're just taking forever, so you're like kind of close to them, my car will stop me. And it's kind of funny because my husband and I always say, have like a joke of, he will be like, you're not a good driver, like I don't want you to drive, so he always drives. And I'm like, I'm literally such a good driver, like I'm aware, I pay attention, I'm a very cautious driver. So then I tell him like, but who has no tickets? Who's never been pulled over? Clock it. That's an ongoing joke with us. Anyway, driving home from getting the coffee, basically it's like an intersection. Then one of the lanes is like a yield to turn right. I always go this way, like every single day. So I yield to go right and I'm stopped. All of a sudden, I feel like my car jerk. And I'm like, it feels like when my car jerks when I'm too close to something, but no one was in front of me. So I'm like, so I literally turn on my hazards, pull over, and the car stops behind me. So I'm like, okay, I know I'm not crazy. Like, she definitely hit me. And I'm just like, I've never been in a car accident. I've never like anything. So I get out. I'm like, don't know what to expect. I'm like, I don't know what this girl is like. I don't know what's going on. I literally was yield. Like, why did you hit me? Like, and the thing was, she was like stopped. Like, she was yielding too, whatever. Like, she was basically stopped. I think she was just scooching up and then hit me. I don't know. Whew, I'm out of breath. We talk for days. Sorry guys, I'm giving you too many details. She gets out and, you know, she was super sweet. She like starts crying and I'm like, I'm a crier too when I get in intense situations. Sorry, I've like beat my face like 500 times. This is a foundation stick that I use as like a, what's the word? You guys can just see what I do. So she starts crying and she's like, I'm so sorry, like I have a dog that I adopted and I have to take him back because it's just not working out. He's just so crazy and I'm just super emotional today. I just took him to the vet and like now I have to go and like give him back or whatever. And I'm just kind of like standing there like, so I was like, no, like I completely get it, like I understand. I feel like I'm a very understanding person. So like, no, I get it, like I'm sorry that happened to you. I hope like your day gets better. And she was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I shouldn't drive when I'm like, you know, emotional and stuff. And I'm just like, so I look at my car and I don't see too much damage. I do have like a chip and like a scratch and stuff, but I had the kids in the car too, so I like didn't want to call the police and like have to wait when they already were like super confused, and it just probably would have been like a whole thing. She was like, yeah, like if we don't call the police, basically like I will pay for it, just send me the bill directly, so it's like not my insurance. And I'm like, okay. So I've never been in a car accident. I don't know what to do. I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a girl. I literally, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Should I have called the police right then and there? Maybe, who knows. That happened and I was just like, how random. Like, wasn't expecting to get in a little mini car accident, fender bender, whatever. I need to start talking more between like doing makeup. I look so orange right now because I still have to like blend it and add more to it, so just give me some time. The car accident happened, right? I go home. Was this the same day or was this the day after? I think it was the day after. Okay, the next day, it's like afternoon time and my husband wants to go out fishing because it's like a new hobby of his, go fishing. He goes fishing and usually like, I don't like check on him when he's like doing stuff all the time, whatever. Then I think something like cute happened with one of the kids. So I was like gonna call him and show him the kids like something that they did. He didn't answer and I'm like, okay, like he's fishing, I really don't care. But I was like, I know that he always answers, like no matter what he's doing, he's always gonna answer. But I was like, again, he's fishing, I don't care, whatever. Like then someone, like I was home alone, I called him Again, he didn't answer. I like FaceTimed him. So then I try to like regular phone call him. He doesn't answer, and I'm like, so then probably like 45 minutes goes by. I try to text him. The texts don't send. I try to check his location, like, and I don't just like check his location just to check it. I usually do it if like first of all he's like coming home and I'm like gonna surprise him, or like, you know, something like that. We just have each other's location in case something happens. Like, I don't know if you guys are married or in a serious relationship, do you guys have each other's locations? Like, I just don't think anything of it personally. Like, I really don't care. We like, yeah. And like nothing was loading. Like, maybe his phone died, I don't know. So then I'm like, I don't know what's going on, because like someone was knocking. Someone knocked one time, thought it was weird, whatever. But then there's like a couple outside that was like sitting in their car right in front of our house, and they were kind of like going back and forth a little bit. I can tell if they were arguing or not, but regardless, I'm like, why are they outside of our house? Like, it was just super random. I don't know, just everything's weird. I can't hear from him. There's like this couple outside. Someone came knocking at the door. Why are you not answering? It was a lot. So, and nothing goes on in our neighborhood, like, ever. So then I'm like, I mean, there's nothing to do but just wait. Probably like 10 minutes later, he walks through the door and he just has this look on his face like he knew that he messed up or like something happened. And I'm like, what happened? He went fishing, like I said, his new hobby, and he was super excited because he caught a new fish, and he was trying to make like a video of it. And he said that he had like the suction, the Octo Buddy suction thing. It was suctioned to like this hole, I don't really know, like this fence type of thing. Had it suctioned to that, and I guess as soon as he got the fish, got it off the hook, that it literally, the phone dropped. And he said that it was on a bridge, like not a big crazy like river bridge, just a bridge above the pond. Then he said that it like, he thought if the phone fell, it would fall on the bridge. It hit the bridge, bounced off, and went into the water. Let me tell you, if my phone fell in some water, I'm sorry, I'm diving behind it. Like, I don't care. So I was just like, he's like super, you know, disappointed by that. Like, all of his pictures and videos were in there, but we're like, oh, he probably has iCloud. We kind of thought it was an automatic thing. Like, I don't know, it's freaking 2024. Like, there has to be some sort of backup. You know, he has a computer, he has an iPad. I thought we both had iCloud, you know. So then we go straight to the Apple store. Mind you, it's like 6 something at this point, so we like have to hurry and go to the Apple store. He goes to the Apple store and he has to buy a brand new phone, like literally that day. You know how like the new iPhones, like you just put the phones next to each other. If you get a new phone, just put your phones next to each other, everything transfers. So we're really used to like having that luxury of just the way that phones have progressed. Like, you don't lose everything every time you get a new phone. That's when it really started to kick in, like, okay, that's not there, so let's see what the last backup was. Thinking it automatically backed up, his last backup was in 2022. So 2022, it is now 2024. I don't know if you guys have ever like lost a phone or lost memories, but like at first you're like, I lost all my pictures and videos, and like it's crazy. But then when you really think about it and you think of what exactly you lost, it's even worse. So we had just went on the cruise, you know, Mother's Day. Oh, the biggest thing, our son was like a month away from turning 1, so he was 11 months old when he lost his phone. Literally every single month he took a picture in the same exact spot in the mirror with him since he was a newborn. He was so excited to put the videos together, like transformation progress video of just like his growth. And I just felt terrible because even for myself, I don't have that discipline to take a picture in the same place every single month. He was always so consistent with it. He did it with our daughter, and then he was doing it, and literally I think he lost it when he was like, you know, 6 months or something. Okay, you didn't get far into it. 11 months. So that's that, right? Keep that in mind. I just feel so bad because I'm like, oh my gosh, like there has to be something we can do about it. Like, I was just trying to figure things out. Me and him went back. He got like a giant fishing net thing because I told him to, like a pool net thing. And when he took me back, it was like, it wasn't like a, I never blended this. Oh my gosh, please. So it wasn't like just a pond. It was like, it didn't have a current. It just had like tree trunks in it and like moss and rocks and all this stuff. So we could not tell how deep it was. He literally got waders and everything. Like, I was like, yeah, you should go in. So anyway, we got there and I was looking at it. I'm like, I don't know how deep this is. Like, that's just probably not realistic. It's super mucky. There's like tons of animals and like there's like trees around like the entrance to get in. So I'm like, yeah, that's probably not realistic. I felt bad because I had kind of like pushed him to like, you know, I'm like, you should definitely try to get your phone back, like all your memories. So we went and tried. Well, we didn't try, but we went, and that was like just not realistic. Actually, I'm going to be using this lash primer. This is just like the mini travel size. This is called Opening Act, and basically like lash primer just makes your lashes, I feel like it makes them like longer, kind of preps them for like when you put the real mascara on. So I'm using this. Usually I use the Lancome one. How do you say it? Lancome? But I think it's in my car and I just really don't feel like going to get it. A week goes by, I'm talking to my mom on the phone and she was like, have you ever thought about like hiring a scuba diver to get it? And I was like, I mean, I've heard of that, but is that like really, you know, can you like really do that? She said, yeah, I looked it up and there's some in Texas. I don't know, you know, if there are some close to you, but she was like, I definitely think it's like a good option. So I'm like, you know what, that is a great idea. I don't know if she like actually thought I was gonna do it or not, but the next day I started looking and I found someone that was right near us, and I called him. Sometimes it's like takes a long time to do. He's like, yep, I can do it today. Finally back. So basically what happened earlier, I was telling you guys, every time I record a YouTube video, like everything is just out of place. So I couldn't find the charger for the batteries for this camera, which is my Sony. And so in the clip before this, I was using the Canon camera, which is usually like my picture camera, but you can definitely do YouTube videos on it too, like vlogging type of stuff. I was using that one because that's the only battery that was charged and I had the charger for it. So then I was like, okay, well, I have the other camera, I can plug it into the wall. Could not find the wall charger anywhere, so everything was just dead. I was like, let me just get on Amazon and see, because if they have same day delivery, I'm doing it. For my original vlogging camera, which is my Sony that I have right now, hope you guys are still with me because I'm kind of all over the place. I ordered the new battery pack, which I've been meaning to do for a long time, but we were traveling, so I just didn't do it. So anyway, I have that now. And I'm really excited to be back on my Sony. Like, I really miss this vlogging camera, and I also have a really cute pink case on it. So I'm like, I just missed her. Tell me which camera quality actually ended up looking better, since it'll be like side by side. Okay, I just took you guys all the way around the world and back. Let's get back to the life update, what you guys are here for. Originally, it was supposed to cost $300. The scuba diver, okay? The scuba diver is supposed to cost $300. Okay, so when he comes and he sees the water, he gets in, he's like, oh, it's not deep at all, like I can stand, whatever. So he was like, I'm not gonna have to go deep and I should be able to find it very easily. I'll insert the videos and pictures and stuff, whatever. They're not able to find it, like, are you sure it was right here? And I'm like, yes, I'm 100% sure it was right in this spot, but they're going all around. They're going all around and they're not seeing anything. They keep coming up and I get like so excited, and then they come back up with nothing and I'm just like, oh. Also, keep in mind, this is at a golf course. It's literally like a little pond at a golf course. So people riding past on their golf carts, like people live right near this golf course and this water, and there's literally a scuba diver. It was burning hot because we're in Texas, and I have my baby Weston with me. Like, he was fine because he was covered and had a little fan and water and everything, but I was burning hot. And so I keep going back and forth to the car to like get him in and get water and like just take breaks and stuff like that. Then the final time that I go back in there, this is a cleansing balm. They're not finding it, and I'm like, okay, at this point I've been gone for like an hour and a half. I'm trying to surprise him and I'm just like out here, which, you know, I understand, but I'm like, you know, can you just tell me if you guys find it? Because they did this all the time and they had really great reviews. Like, they find phones in like 4 to 6 feet deep water, and this water was probably like 5 feet deep. So there wasn't a doubt in my mind that they were gonna find it, but I feel like whenever you think like that, it doesn't happen. Like, it just, for me, it doesn't work like that. Like, I use this cleansing balm every single night and it feels so good. Like, seriously, the smell of this is so addicting. Like, you know how people say when they're pregnant they want to eat stuff? I don't want to eat this, but I'm very close to wanting to because it smells that good. Like, I could just sniff this the whole time. This is the green fig one. I just let it like soak and take all the dirt and makeup off my face. And then I wash it with like a cleanser. Anyway, so then I go back out there for the final time. And I'm like, you know, if you guys can find it, like, let me know, but I think I want to go back because I lived near there, whatever. And they were like, yeah, we'll definitely let you know, like, you can trust us because we always do this type of stuff. We have tons of extra phones, like, we, you know, we're not gonna take your phone. He also said, like, if you want me to get in, it will be extra, but if I get in, like, I'm the, you know, really experienced diver and there's just a better chance of finding it. So I'm like, okay, I spent all this time already, like, let's just do it. So he gets in, he gets suited up, and he goes in. I go home after like 45 minutes, they call me, say there's no luck finding the phone. Of course, I still had to pay because they did what they had to do. Like, he said basically that the exact spot he dropped it in, they think that there was like a, like this wood pile, and then he said under it was like a drain and like a really skinny pipe, and he thinks that the phone must have went in there because it was the exact spot that I told him it fell. There's no way that they could get their hand in there because it was so small. So, moral of the story, did not get it. Usually I feel like I don't get that frustrated about things. and like things not working out, I'm kind of just like very mellow, like go with the flow. I feel like I always keep positive attitude. I went home, I was waiting for the call. When they called him, I just walked out and told him, I'm like, listen, so sad, I'm so disappointed. Like they couldn't find your phone. I just wasted $500. I'm fine now, but I was so frustrated in that moment. Like I think I did cry. That's what happened with that. So that was a whole situation on its own. Also preparing to go back to Michigan and Weston's birthday. We're supposed to spend Weston's birthday in Michigan, but then, guys, I'm literally all over the place right now. I have so much to say. So the plan was we were going to Michigan and gonna be in Michigan for like a whole week. Then I got a call from someone that I work with TikTok. And she invited Tavian to a panel for mental health, creator, like maintaining mental health, that type of like panel. And so it was super cool, super exciting, like such a great opportunity, but it was the same time as we were supposed to be in Michigan. So we were just like thinking, we're like, what are we supposed to do? Like, what are we gonna do with the kids? Like, this is, like, we wanna go. Literally, we're like, we could just take all the kids to DC, and then we can fly from here to DC, and then we can fly from DC to Michigan. And we were just like, dude, we're doing way too much. Like, let's just think. And so like it just hit me. I'm like, let's go to Michigan first, leave the kids in Michigan, and then let's go to DC. So that's what we did. All this time, we're prepping for everything. Oh, and then when I was doing the scuba diver thing, like when I was there, I was trying to hurry and get Wesley in the car, and he has a Duna. And I never had any like issues with the Duna. I absolutely love the Duna. If you guys are new moms, get it. I've had 2 other kids I didn't have a Duna with. Wish I did it sooner. So anyway, I've never gotten hurt or anything. I like was in a rush and I like lifted it up and it dropped, you know, goes down to the ground. My foot was under it. I had the biggest bruise on my foot. Still doesn't have a phone, it doesn't have pictures or memories. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna jump in the lake. Let's do that. I'll jump in the lake. It was like the longest few weeks. And then currently I'm also kind of going through something right now too. And we are planning for more travel, guys. I'm literally a complete back. I'm gonna make this a little taller. Also a pretty good angle. Okay, sorry, the last clips I put was super close to your face. I'm literally like standing with my leg up, like just stretching. Okay, so then, where are my notes? Please don't play around right now. I'm telling you, this is about to be my final straw. Honestly, I have no straws left. Why are my notes gone? I just don't even know where to start. Okay, so go to Michigan, then we fly to DC, which was such an amazing opportunity. I had so much fun. I vlogged it, so I need to go back and edit that, but I just had to fill you guys in so you knew like what was really going on. Like I said, social media is such a highlight reel, but there's a lot going on that's not posted. So after that, we went back to Michigan. Before we went to Michigan, we planned on like decorating the house and celebrating Weston's birthday at home in Texas, and then taking his birthday pictures, all of that, and then going to Michigan and celebrating there, but we never got to do all of his birthday celebrations in Texas. And I'm like the type of person where it's like, I like the actual birthday to be like the morning to be at home, and if I'm not at home, I want to like do it before the birthday. Like if we're going on a trip or something, like I'm gonna decorate the house prior to your birthday, so it feels like you have that birthday morning experience. Like it's so extra, but it just makes sense to me. So I couldn't do that. And it was just really eating at me. And I'm like, we need to change our flights, come back sooner. And literally we had to lose our way back and just rebook new flights for 4 people. Cause you know, it's 4 of us and then Weston's an infant, so he's free. So had to do that. That's another thing. So then we go back to Michigan. So everything was great in Michigan. My husband's younger brother graduated, my little brother-in-law. We would not have missed it for anything. So we had that. We had his open house the next day for Michigan. Like everything went very smooth. Had a lot of fun. Why right before we left for the trip, I got a clogged milk duct. For people who breastfeed or know people who breastfeed, such a painful thing. Like literally feels like stabbing, shooting pains in your breast. Oh my gosh, like I was in so much pain. You know what? I have a problem with Apple. Okay, if you've ever had your storage maxed out, I have 2 terabytes. If you've ever had your storage completely maxed out, at one point, there's no going back to you having storage. Like no matter what you delete, I will delete a 10 gigabyte video. Why am I still at 2 terabytes? I feel like they do it on purpose. Like it's like once your storage is full, it's like you just are never gonna have free storage like you used to before. You know what I'm saying? That's my little beef with Apple right now. I'm really going through it right now because my phone's being really weird. So I had a clogged milk duct. So obviously I'm like, okay, just gonna have to go to Michigan, whatever. Now we're back home and I feel like I'm missing some stuff because I had it in my notes, like all the stuff I wanted to talk about. I'm here for at least like 2 weeks now. Everything's been great since we've been home, except now it's not like a problem, but I'm stopping breastfeeding because I plan on stopping when he turned a year, so he is a year now, so I'm done breastfeeding. It's so much pain. Like at this very moment, I'm in so much pain. I can barely lift on this side of my body. I can't do anything. Like I'm moving my arms, talking, but like when I'm trying to like lift something, like this hurts. If I could imagine what having breast implants would be, this is exactly what I think it would feel like. I like truly am in so much pain because you have to just let them like dry up. You have to let the milk dry up. So if you like express or if you pump or if you breastfeed, it's like refilling your storage of milk, your supply of milk, your supply of milk. So super thankful that I had a great supply for the whole year. But yeah, now it's time to dry her on up because I can't. When you're done breastfeeding, is like the chains are lifted. The freedom is here. So if you guys see me outside more, no, but I really do want to like travel. I mean, I've been traveling a lot, so I'm super thankful for that. But you know, I do want to travel more, do more like beauty, fashion, you know, just stuff like that's more focused on me. So I'm super excited for this year because a lot is coming up already, and just super thankful for you guys, thankful for this community that we built. It's just crazy, like the position I was in, still being in college when I started this, and then like the position that I'm in now. And yeah, I'm just so excited for all this to come and just continuing to grow and learn with you guys, and like having you guys see, you know, like the different phases that I'm going through and learning through, because life is just so much, and I just feel like life has kind of been like a lot for everyone right now, at least the people that I know. Of course, it's always so good, so thankful for everything, but it's just, life's just kind of a lot. Okay, I'm editing and I completely forgot something else that happened. So I have a purse brand, and before we went to the airport to go to Michigan, I wanted to stop at my warehouse to go get a new bag, like a new big tote. So I went there and I'm trying to get in, and my key's like really hard to get in. I called my husband and I'm like, is this even the right key? Like, this is not going in. So he was like, yep, that's the right key. Like, I don't know why it's not. So I'm keep trying to force the key in, whatever, not thinking anything of it. And then it goes in, I get to unlock the door, whatever. So I grab my bag, hurry up and come right back out because we're already in a rush to go to the airport. And then I go to lock the door and it will not lock. So I'm like wiggling the key around, whatever. It is not locking or doing anything. And like, well, it would turn, but then I couldn't take the key out. So I'm like trying to turn it different ways. I get the key out, I put it back in. Like, I'm just doing the most, trying to get the door locked. It's not locking. And then my key ends up getting stuck in there. And I'm like, oh my gosh. My husband was at the house finishing up a few last minute things. So I go back to the house. Then he drives there, and basically more of a story. His dad was also trying to help us on the phone, like get the key out, but I completely got it stuck in the door. There was no getting it out. And then ends up the key breaks in the door. So we had to call a locksmith, but we told him that we were on the way to the airport and we couldn't miss our flight. So we're like, we aren't here, but can you just come and fix it and we'll send you the money. So it ended up working out, but it was just so extra. It was super hot outside. We already were late to be to the airport, and then my key breaks in the door of my warehouse. I didn't want someone to go in and like steal everything that I had in there. It was just a lot. And so that was something else before we went to Michigan. Like I said, it's been back to back to back. I said, I never get on here and just like complain, but I just had to like tell you guys what was going on. Just keep you guys updated, because I felt so weird just posting a video and it's like, girl, what is like, it just felt like I couldn't talk about anything else besides all that's been going on. One more thing that I have to say. Unwanted male attention is literally so annoying, and like girls just, like, we go through so much. Women, I'm sorry, I always say girls. Women go through so much. I was super excited. I told my husband, like, we're talking about this one time, and I'm like, I don't have hobbies. Like, I literally make content all the time, so I guess you count that as just a hobby, you know? Like, obviously I work with brands and stuff, so I make money off of it, so I don't necessarily, like, I don't know, like, it is a hobby, but it's not like for real a hobby. And so I love it, but it's still my job. I was like, I just don't have any true hobbies. And I was really thinking about that, and I'm like, dang, like, I really don't. Like, my husband likes to go fishing and he likes fish and stuff like that, and I'm like, what do I do? And I'm like, of course I shop and stuff. I'm like, that's not like a hobby, you know? So I don't know. I mean, I just feel like a lot of people our age are like working and trying to get by and make their bills and like just be the best version of themselves. So I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like, knit? Like, of course everyone loves to travel. Like, is that a hobby? Because I'm like, I don't know. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, people try to put it, I have heard people say like, she doesn't have any hobbies, she just has kids. What hobbies are we doing at this age? Are we doing pottery? Are we knitting? What are we doing? Like, seriously, I like to read. I will say I do want to read more, but that's just like, you know, I just, all day I'm just not gonna be walking around with a book. That was such a ramble, bear with me. So anyway, I decided, how did I even get to that? I decided that I wanted to start running. Now, I'm not a runner. In high school I did like cheer and softball, but I never really had an interest in this like straight up just running. So anyway, I'm like, you know, I've been seeing more people running. I'm like, looks fun, probably keep me healthy, keep me in shape, keep me moving. Like that probably would be like a good hobby. I've never tried this before. So anyway, I told my husband I want to start running. So I get some new running shoes, super cute. Had to show you guys in a different video. But so excited about it. So I am about to go running, and I was gonna wait for my husband to go with me, but I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna go right now, you know, meet later, whatever. But I didn't know if he was actually coming or not. So I leave and I start running around like the area in our neighborhood. There's never any problems in our neighborhood. It's super calm, super chill, super safe. And I was like, I'm just so excited to run in our neighborhood. Don't have to worry about weirdos. Like, I don't know, I just want to run. I just want to run and be like, feel comfortable and feel like, okay, no one's watching, no one's judging, you know. It's just very calm, very quiet. When I'm not even a full way around the thing, a guy comes out from like, there's like a neighborhood part where you can walk to like our park and track area. He walks out from like between the houses, and there's like a dog poop basket, trash basket. So he's kind of standing around it a little bit, and I'm like approaching it a little bit, kind of far away. And so he's just standing there. So I'm like I said, I'm pretty far away. So I'm like for like 2 minutes, he's just standing there. And I'm like, why are you just standing there if you don't have a dog? You aren't throwing anything in the trash. Why are you just standing there? So then I, of course, approach and realize that he is in fact waiting for me. Much older than me. I'm wearing AirPods, and as soon as he like comes up to me, you know, like conversation gets brought up. Husband, have kids. He's like, oh, you have kids? Like, you don't look like you have kids. And like looks at me, looks at my body, and I'm just like, you know that TikTok, and they're like, would you rather choose a man or a bear? You know what we're going with. I literally brought up, you know, me having a husband, me having kids, and you're just like still trying to make conversation. You're walking with me around the track. And then I just kept saying, like, yeah, my husband will be here soon, my husband will be here soon. Me actually not knowing if he was even gonna show up. But thankfully he did, and I was like, oh, there's my husband. He's like, oh, good. I'm like, it honestly irritated me because I'm like, I understand why women go to all women gyms. Like, I would definitely do something like that. But it's just like irritating because it was the very first time I went. I hadn't even gone the full way. It just made me kind of like uncomfortable for future times going. I started a new hobby, running. So that's what I've been up to. Thank you guys for tuning in to this pretty long life update. It didn't mean to be this long. We'll see how short I can get it cut down to. But just before I start posting the next videos, I kind of want to tell you guys what place I'm at right now, kind of like what's been going on, but there's still so much to share. We have some travel upcoming soon too, so super excited to take you guys along for that. So I'm glad we got to catch up a little bit. Weekly videos will start, hold me to it. DM me on Instagram, bullying me into posting more. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the post notifications. I never say that, but don't forget to. And of course, let me know what you guys like to see and want to see more of, and I'll see you guys in the next video very soon.